In this episode of the Funny Business Podcast, let's deliver you to the dark side.
And on the flip side, we tell you why you should always treat celebrities like regular people. And is there anything worse than a hangover in your late 20s? Mike, hit the music.
And welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. It is time to crank that volume dial all the way up to an appropriate level where you don't burst your eardrums or have any type of noise, concussion, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's set it to an appropriate level. And let's get this party started. I am Mike Gambita. Of course, I cover the unusual and odd news stories that we can find, but I can't do it without my best friend, my roommate for life, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you? How are things?
I'm great. Things are great. Turn it up to a level that don't get the cops called. Obviously, we don't want to be the reason the cops called to your house, apartment, car, yacht, if you're listening on a yacht.
Yeah. Mr. Beast came out with a video. It was $1 yacht versus a $1 billion yacht.
Oh, what do you mean versus?
So like he visited it, so he had it in increments. It was like $1 yacht, $1 million yacht, a $20 million yacht, a $300 million yacht, and a $1 billion yacht. Pete Davidson and Tom Brady were both in this video at two.
Wow, that sounds like Mr. Beast's video.
I think it surpassed it surpassed the record for the most views in a video within 24 hours.
Really?
And you know what the previous record held was, the video?
Probably one of his videos.
Yeah, one of his videos. It was Squid Games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. Forgot when he did that.
Good old sugar daddy Squid.
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Let me tell you about today's topic.
I'm ready. I don't know what it is.
I know. So, we're men, right?
Correct.
Now that we're men. When was the last time you watched a SpongeBob movie?
It's been a long time.
Totally off topic, but I just wanted to ask.
Oh, I actually thought I nailed that.
No.
We were driving today, and the Now That We're Men song did come on Spotify Shuffle. As did Stadium Rave. Yeah. That's enough of that. That's one that like I won't skip. I'll skip. I have a few SpongeBob songs on that like I just liked for fun. Like if they come on my shuffle, I'll skip them. Stadium Rave, I do not skip. That is a banger.
What about The Best Day Ever?
I don't know if I have that one.
Mr. Sun came out and he smiled at me. Said it's gonna be a great one, just wait and see. Stepped out of bed and I went outside feeling so ecstatic and satisfied.
Yep.
It's the best day ever.
Best day ever.
I can't remember the last time I watched. I think at most I saw a TikTok clip of it. Because, that's where everybody goes and watch their movies now is on TikTok. So,
yep.
And the 20 parts that is included from it.
Like for part 17.
Yeah. Pet peeve. But,
yep.
Did you think anytime? Do you think at all?
It's got to be like 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Maybe even longer.
Let's bring it back. Matt. When was the last time you watched Star Wars?
That's also been a long time. When April and I kind of first started dating, like 6 months in, I started watching the movies in order. I think we got 4 or 5. I don't know if we did 6.
Yeah, you were the loser that started with 1.
No, we didn't start with 1.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, we started with 4 or 5. I started at 4.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I think we only got 2, maybe 3 in. Okay. But that's probably been the last time. Honest to God, hand up, still haven't watched 2 seasons of Mandalorian.
Yeah. That's okay.
We did finish
They're up
Outer
there.
Banks, though.
Oh, good. How was that?
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah.
Did you like how it ended? Like completely ended.
So the ending in South America was great.
Yes.
I think I'm just going to be intrigued to see like what exactly is going to lead into the new season and how that turns out. Obviously, the cliffhanger they leave it on, it's either going to be good again or it's going to be bad again. But I also feel like it's just kind of going to be like a repeat of every other season.
I know. Jen and I were like, really?
Like they could find something else other than treasure for the kids to look for.
Yeah. Maybe like, I don't know, like a job.
Like a job.
Or like maturity.
College scholarships.
College scholarships. All right.
I will say real quick, Sarah Cameron went from here to here. Way down.
What's that?
Sarah Cameron.
Oh.
From here to here.
Oh.
Way down.
Trent kept telling you that.
I know he did. And that episode 6, I was like, done with her. Done. Nope.
So now, never mind. Yeah, Star Wars.
Yes.
The Empire Strikes. Oh, The Empire Strikes Back.
That is episode 4?
5.
That's right.
New Hope Strikes Back.
New Hope Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yes.
Matt, did you ever think that could become like sexy?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Not at all.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
100%.
Well, Matt, I'm here to report today.
Oh boy.
That the Empire Strips Back is back in action, but it's now being held in New York in the Orpheum Theater in the East Village of New York, obviously.
That's a clever title. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Is this just like a strip show?
Yeah, so this show, this was reported by the New York Post. The show originated back in Australia in 2011, and it actually has been touring the world.
Oh.
So we lucky Americans have a chance to watch comedic hosts, dance acts, and musical numbers. But all the costumes are sexy replicas of the original characters.
I guess you can kind of recreate like the Leia. That's episode 6.
6.
Yeah. Damn.
The photos, there was Boba Fett was one of the characters.
Okay.
They had the helmet and basically was in, it was a woman, it was a female. She was wearing a bra and kind of like swimsuit-ish, like bra and panty, like type of deal. Kept the helmet on. So true Mandalorian fashion, kept the helmet on.
Correct. Yeah, have to do that.
But what's weird to me, which it's a parody of Star Wars, and it's not restricted in copyright. Like you would think, be like, oh my goodness, like Disney would not have this at all. But for some reason, under certain terms, and I think because it's a parody, that's why it's not restricting in copyright.
I would imagine so. I mean, I don't even think Lucasfilms would want that attached to their name. I can't even think of like what character it would even be. Like a sexy Yoda doesn't sound appealing. Sexy Darth Vader doesn't sound appealing. Sexy Luke doesn't sound appealing. Sexy Chewbacca. How do you do a sexy Chewbacca?
Well, what's funny is their merchandise, including T-shirts, in a parody magazine called Wookiee Erotica.
Oh God!
It's available for fans.
You should get thrown in jail if you Google Wookiee Erotica.
Wookiee Erotica.
That's
Shall
disgusting.
I do it?
No.
Shall I do it for the fans?
No, do not do it for the coworkers. No,
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it for the coworkers.
Please. Oh, you're doing it on your phone though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on my phone.
Interesting.
Let's see.
It's also a bold strategy.
Wookiee. Well, it also is on Safari too, and you know I am on a PC when I record. So Wookiee Erotica.
Correct. Oh. What's that face for?
It's not that bad.
I don't think I want to know. You don't even show me.
Jeez.
When
Okay,
I think
now-
of Chewbacca, I don't want to get turned on. Don't want to do that.
Matt's quote of the year.
That is my quote of the day.
But yeah, you would think that for a show like this, that you wonder who's going to show up to this, you know?
It has to be Star Wars fans only, though. Like, Star Wars is great, but like, there's definitely some people that love Star Wars a little too much, and I think this is probably right up their alley.
Yeah,
like people that fantasize a little too much over the characters and get a little too involved and too emotionally attached. This is probably right up their alley. I don't think this is for every common Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you this. Would you attend this or not?
No.
Would you attend it with me?
No.
Why not?
You want two dudes to go to a show called The Empire Strips Back?
Dude, for the fans. Do it for the coworkers.
I think Jenna and April would like to have a conversation before you went to said show. Oh, interesting.
Could you imagine? It's kind of like the meme where it's like, oh man, like this wasn't the video I was looking for. It's like something along the lines, and it turns out to be like a porn shoot that like was set with, you know, it was weird, and everybody's like, well, this wasn't the video I intended to watch, but okay, here we go.
Yeah, if I go to New York for a stripping thing, I'm going to the sex museum.
So you wouldn't go to this show, but you would go to a sex museum.
Correct. That is correct.
That sounds like
I almost went to the sex museum. No, it's different. I almost went to the sex museum. It was just a really long line to get in. It was also kind of expensive at the time. And
how much was it?
Broke college kid. I don't remember. I think it was like 20. No, it was like $30.
Okay.
But it looked awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
They obviously with the merchandise, the plans for this show is hopefully to expand to Chicago to have a long-term residency in Paris.
Oh, okay.
A little Star Wars, le baguette.
Didn't know there was a big Star Wars following in France.
Oh, it's worldwide, man. Prestige worldwide.
Well, it's not as big as Prestige worldwide. That is worldwide.
Worldwide.
Okay, let's calm down.
Well, technically, there's fans all over the universe in a galaxy far, far away.
That is true. Do you think like life forms on Mars know about Star Wars?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe it originated in Mars.
It maybe did.
Could be.
George Lucas went up to Mars when no one else told him to.
Yep.
Got the information, and then now he's back to share with the world.
That is exactly what happened. He played us all like a fiddle.
He did. Yeah. They just want to share about The Empire Strips Back. Let me see if I can get show dates for everybody when it's going to end.
Yeah, please do.
Empire Strips.
I know everybody's dying to go.
Back. New York City. Here we go, baby. Oh, look at that. So we could go this week. Actually, wait. Okay, so I got a little bit more.
Breaking news.
Oh, man.
Breaking news.
I went to the EmpireStripsBack.com, and I will say there is video showing as far as what the performance looks like.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right.
Are there poles lightsabers?
No, but they use lightsabers. But let me tell you,
that's a big miss.
I have press reviews.
Oh,
Let me read those.
Yeah, please do.
All right. So this is from the SF Gate. I saw the Star Wars show, and now I'm forever changed. An enormous success. One of the most memorable and impressive live performances I've ever seen. I know that the Force is already with them.
Okay. All right.
This is from the LA Weekly. The attention to detail and the costuming is astounding. The enthusiasm and energy of the dancers unparalleled in this galaxy or any other. The Reno Gazette Journal. Star Wars fans, this is the show you're looking for.
Do those reporters have girlfriends? You don't
Not
have
sure.
to look that up. You don't have to look that up.
Does Reno
I don't
Gazette
know.
Journal have
Suck.
girlfriends? So the We Live Entertainment, or We Live, probably We Live, probably the most fun I've ever had at a show all year. A must see for Star Wars fans and anyone that likes a body good time. BAWDY, a body good time.
Interesting.
The
Didn't change my mind.
Indianapolis monthly. God, I can't even read that. This is burlesque at its finest. It demystified the body and challenged sexual politics head on.
What the hell does demystify the body mean?
I don't know.
That's just made up.
Oh, let us deliver you to the dark side.
Oh, God.
Oh, and then there's also people who submitted like what they thought, like just individuals. The average rating is a 4.9 out of 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So C. White, totally fun experience. I was amazed at the performers. Costumes are spot on. Great date night. Oh,
Date night. Oh,
great
okay.
date night.
Interesting. All right. I don't think that's where I'm going to be taking April on the next date.
He could. Chris H. Great show that was approachable and funny to fans and non-fans alike. Highly recommended.
So, is it more stripping or is it more acting?
I guess it's so there's like comedy, there's dancing. Like I just see a bunch of like sexy stormtroopers, like kind of like think of it like the Nutcracker.
I've never seen the Nutcracker.
Okay, think of it like
I've seen
Blue
Phantom
Man-
of the Opera on Broadway.
Blue Man Group.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll have to send you this because
Yes, please do.
I will. I'll put it in our little episode chat. But anyway, interesting. Oh yeah, you can actually. I want Matt to look at it because there's a video, and you can all look at the EmpireStripsBack.com.
Is that sexy C-3PO?
Yes, that's what it kind of threw me off.
Okay, it's a lot of ass. The stormtroopers. This is weird. I don't like this. Not a fan. That's supposed to be Rey? Who is that?
Oh, it could be just anyway.
Oh, that was Boba Fett. Oh, they have Jabba the Hutt. Oh, nice.
So if you want tickets, it looks like they are going till August. So if you want to get tickets, the EmpireStripsBack.com, free ad, free plug.
No,
and
I don't recommend.
Well, that's not what the average rating of 4.9 out of 5 think.
Well,
so,
you know, I don't always go with the norm.
I know you don't.
No, can't. All right. Well, we're somehow going to spin around and move on with the show. So let's get into it with a little Say What. Mike, I'll go first.
Okay.
I have two good ones, I think.
Oh, lovely.
This past weekend, I had a work event. It was an interesting work event. We had a lot of celebrities at our facility.
Celebos.
People need to calm down about celebrities. They are just regular people. They don't constantly want to be thrown things to sign an autograph. They don't constantly need to be bombarded by fans. When you're around a celebrity, they would appreciate it if you treated them like a regular person and not like some freak that you watch on the big screen and TV, YouTube, whatever it is. I don't care what kind of celebrity they are. They are regular people. You treat them with respect, they will be nice back to you. You don't have to, don't freak out. They are just people like you and I.
Yeah, I wore our merchandise. You can find it at solo.to/funnybusiness. And I was at the grocery store and I thought to myself, man, like, if we were more popular than we already are, like, I would probably get mugged or like but not mugged as in like violently, but like mugged in for like taking selfies and trying to get autographs and all that. But luckily, I think I was a little bit too incognito because I wore a hat. I don't usually wear a hat on the podcast.
Correct. Yep.
That's always the typical, like, if you want to like go incognito, always put on a hat.
Yep. Unless you're like a baseball player, when you're always, people know you're wearing a hat.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about celebrities. Like, unfortunately, that's just kind of how not the layout, but that is just the reality of claim to fame, is that you are going to have people that they know you don't know them. And it becomes weird when it becomes an obsession, and then they start performing all over the world or all over the United States. And there's people that are hanging outside of the stadiums that their person's performing at. It's like a cult,
Yeah. No, it is. It's scary. I mean, whether it's a kid or like a teenager, or even like grown adults, like you said it correct. They just obsess over these people. And it's, like, yeah, it's cool to meet them and like cool to talk to them a little bit, but just calm down. If you don't get to meet them, your life will still go on.
Yeah. There's things bigger in life than celebrities.
Way bigger than life. Yes.
Yeah. I would always hope that like there would be a celebrity someday that I would become friends with and like would be like super chill.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
Like people would like constantly be texting me like, is I don't know. Give me a celebo.
Tom Brady.
Is Tom Brady going to be at your house today?
That would be cool. Yeah. Honestly, most of them, like all the guys that I dealt with this past weekend, they were awesome guys. Like they were very down to earth, chill, talk to you because you approach them like a human being and treat them like a human being. They're going to do the same back to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. Yeah. My turn. Yes.
Yep.
I feel like, Matt, for our episodes, what I like about our show is that what I remember when we record, what I remember when the episode's published, is that as a moment in time of our life. And for me, for today, there's two of them. Mm-hmm. The first one, I just simply want to recount how horrible. So we recorded last Monday, and we didn't realize that there was a Canadian wildfire that was above us, 6.7 million acres that occurred. Mm-hmm. And the air quality became literally the worst I think we have experienced in our lifetime.
It was the worst air in our area in the world.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
And, I thought just taking a minute to kind of just recount that experience. You and I were texting back and forth and how crazy it was that it was like at 11 a.m. It was like red, like tints of red. And then up where I live, it was becoming like Silence of the Lambs. Like just seeing the stark differences between what people were experiencing in different states and different cities. Mm-hmm. Just like crazy. Like you could not write this up. Like it was just insane. And even for me trying to drive home, how awful it was because of the smoke that you smelled. So for people who, obviously didn't experience this or not, like we had really horrible air quality. Like we've gotten air quality alerts, which I think that's the first time I've ever experienced as a weather notification alert.
Yep.
It smelled like smoke. Nothing was on fire, but it smelled like smoke. And that was literally because Canada above us was on fire and it carried all the way down to us. Oh, craziest thing ever.
Yeah. Someone said, all right, it smelled like you were sitting right by a campfire, but there was no campfire. Mm-hmm. And like, I love sitting by a campfire and smelling a campfire. I hated walking out of my apartment and it smelled like campfire because when I smell a campfire, I'd like to have like a spore or something like that. My allergies were awful for like 2 days. Not in a weird way though. Like my nose was a little stuffy. My eyes, like all last week, were super crusty.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that was weird. It was just so bizarre. It was like looking out of my office over the stadium and over the field. It was just like a haze. Thank God we didn't have games because many teams weren't able to play. Even our
Yeah.
team was on the road.
Canceled.
I think they were in
Postponed.
New York or canceled.
Oh, like canceled completely, not even playing.
Correct. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. At least one of them was. It was so weird, and it was even weird like being inside of work, like when it was really bad. I think it was Thursday was really bad. No, Wednesday was a really bad day.
Yeah.
It was like hard to focus like on other things but that, because it was scary. Like we were literally in the hazardous range. Like you weren't supposed to breathe in the air, but yet we're at work and we got to walk through our cars and walk to other places. It was kind of scary in a way. And like, luckily we were okay. And I didn't hear of many people like having to go to the hospital, like because they couldn't breathe or anything like that. But it was literally like something you see in a movie.
Right.
It was terrifying. Usually if we step in the parking lot at the stadium, you can like oversee like the city. And you couldn't even see the buildings. It was very, very weird, very bizarre. Something that I hope we never have to go through again.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we have gone through things that were never imagined.
I mean, California gets this all the time, but
yeah, and that's the thing. Like California gets it all the time. And I was messaging some. We have a LinkedIn group from a conference that I went to a couple years ago in San Francisco, and I was just messaging everybody. I said, I know some of you may have already experienced this, but I was like, we're getting our first ever like wildfire aftermath, and I sent them a picture. I was like, there's no filter on this at all. Which like at the same time, like people, I get that everybody has a freedom of speech, but I think people were taking it a little too jokingly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, all right, Canada, like stop it. And it's like, well, you're telling a country to stop. You're telling a body of land to stop. What I did find funny was there was a post that did come up frequently, and it was like, you're complaining about the air quality, yet you are sucking on a USB stick that inhales toxic gas. It's like or vape, bruh. But yeah, it was just a crazy time, and obviously we're still recuperating from it, but hoping that that's, like Matt said, like hoping it's the last to occur.
Yeah, it was very, very scary. Okay, my last one. Kind of go along with the whole wildfire thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a total dad here. We need rain, man. It just needs to rain. It's just very dry. I know the golf courses in our area are just completely bone dry, and I haven't been able to go out golfing much, but like people are just complaining about the courses. Farmers are worried that their crops aren't going to make it. Gardens all over the region are just dying. And rain does suck, especially in the industry that I'm in. But we need rain, man. We need like a good downpour for like a day and a half.
So what's funny is I was traveling a little bit this past weekend, and it was pouring rain where I was.
Yeah.
And it was dry in other areas. So I mean, I was going cross country, but like we do need rain. Rain makes corn makes whiskey.
Yep.
Whiskey makes my baby feeling a little frisky.
Correct.
So, not that I abide by that, but
well, no.
But it proves the point.
Sure does.
Yeah. And then my last one for me, just obviously this past weekend, I mentioned last week, Trent had graduation. Trent graduated. He has diploma in hand, ready to go out in the real world. But what I didn't say was immediately after Trent's graduation, I had to zip down quite a bit, 2.5 hours. I had to go and celebrate the lovely wedding of Jenna's sister, Margot, and Mark. They had a wedding this past weekend as well. And it was beautiful. Like it's finding it in a sense that you are super, super close to the people that you know that are getting married. Like, just the impact, and like everybody was crying, and like I was crying, and like it's just like everybody was just in this like big happy puddle because of how like just that was. But no, I'm super grateful for them, and just, yeah, congratulations to the both of them on a happy life, even though, you know, everybody said it's like they're going to get married anyway someday.
Mm-hmm.
So it just
Mm-hmm.
but I will say, everyone talks about, you know, you can't see your bride until the ceremony.
Yeah.
So there is an option, and it's usually based on the photographer, that you can do a first look.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, and I did talk to Mark about this. So Mark and Margot were able to do a first look together. And like, I wasn't there, but like I can imagine, like when the photos come out, they look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And they actually were, before the ceremony, they were actually together in the same area. Like they were like in the same room. So like Mark had a very long time in like seeing Margot in her beautiful dress and all that. But when the ceremony started and Mark was standing up at the front and Margot started walking out, it hit Mark again.
Mm.
So like, and it just totally validated in my head. I'm like, okay, you could still do a first look because you're still gonna cry when she comes out. Like,
Yeah.
So, but what a wonderful, just two wonderful families joining together. So,
Yep.
I did have to make a funny comment. We are a part of a group chat, and it's usually family plus M and M. So I messaged the group and I said, does this mean the group chat now needs to be changed to family plus M now that Mark is officially in the family now?
That's true.
And obviously the questions come through, and Mark said, don't worry, we're really not in-laws, we're outlaws. So I changed the group chat name to family plus the outlaws.
That is a good one.
So yeah.
Yes, congrats. Weddings are always a lot of fun. I never really thought about like a first look. I still think I would want.
You're not getting married yet. So.
No, I'm not getting married anytime soon.
Why would you think about
literally
it?
No anytime. I don't know. Just things to think of.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people do that now, though. Like a lot of people do a first look.
For somebody who's on the other side, like photography wise, it saves you so much time as the photographer, because then you did all the photos that you needed for like the two of them. And then after that, all you just need is the family, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like it is just such a time saver, and just efficiency wise, it is so good for the photographer. So
yeah.
As someone who knows it, if you have that option, if you want to do that option, consider it, because you're going to have the photographer be in a better place and a better sanity level on your big special day. So
makes sense to me.
Yep.
And we will move right along. Final segment of the day. It is time for buy or sell. Mike, you want to go first or want me to go first? You pick.
I'll go first.
Okay, there we go.
Actually, no, you go first.
Okay, there we go. I'm buying hiking.
Hike a bike.
Hike. Blue 42.
What?
Blue 42 said hike. No, April and I went hiking earlier today. I haven't really ever gone hiking before in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Even like when we went to college, like there was tons of like hiking trails in the area. Just never went. So we went to Bushkill Falls today. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. There's like 4 different trails. One's like a kid trail. It's like 15 minutes. And there's one that's like half an hour. There's one that's like 45 minutes. And then there's one that's 2 to 2.5 hours. And that's the one that we decided to do.
You did the 2.5 hour one.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We were done in about an hour and a half.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Really cool views. We were kind of wanted, it's a day off, which we don't have too many of them coming up. So we wanted to do something fun, but also like that wasn't going to like absolutely kill us and make us exhausted. And I wasn't super tired at the end of it. We got a lot of cool pictures, cool videos. So I highly recommend hiking to anyone out there. And I know you're a big hiker yourself.
I
I don't want to say big
dabble.
hiker, but you enjoy
dabble.
hiking. You enjoy hiking.
I dabble when there's not any rattlesnakes near the trail. Whew. No, hiking's great. It's a nice thing where it's like Jenna and I have had really deep conversations when we went hiking. Because like we just can talk about anything. Like and we're moving. Like so the brain your body's moving, the brain's moving, like you're good to go.
It's a good break from reality. You know, you're away from Wi-Fi and internet for a little bit of time. Just a good relaxing time.
Good vibes.
Great vibes. I'm also going to buy college baseball and college softball. So we are in the midst of the college softball World Series. I believe Oklahoma beat Florida State in softball. College World Series starting soon for men's. College baseball, college softball is so awesome, but there's just no TV coverage of it. Like,
yeah,
until you get to the playoffs, there's none. And you know, I think this is where we need to have more coverage of it during the regular season. It's going to grow more attention to the sport. It's going to more revenue for the sport, but also it's going to help. Like the MLB draft, no one cares about. No one cares about the MLB draft. People love the NFL draft. They love the NBA draft because they watch college basketball, college football. More people are able to watch college baseball, college softball. The draft is going to be that much more important to fans. So and it always blows my mind that we just don't ever put any of these games on TV.
You're right, Matt. I think it needs to be said that like they should cover it more because again, like you said, like it is a nice segue to then transition to the MLB draft. Because this won't be the first time you're hearing these players' names unless you're related to them or your family member or you know you went to the same school as them. So no, I think you bring up a really good point.
And then my sell, I only have one. I am selling ageism. So this past week, there was an announcement that Tom Hanks, have you seen this? So
he's
Tom
alive,
Hanks,
right?
Tom Hanks is alive. He is 70. He is like 73, something like that. Okay. And he's now has a new girlfriend who is in her 40s, and people are all up in arms about it, saying it's disgusting. Love is love, people. I don't care how old you are or how much of a difference there is between you. If two people love each other and they want to be together, and it's not interfering with your life, just let them be. Let them be happy.
What was I going to say? Bill Murray got a girlfriend too.
That's who I was thinking of. Bill Murray, not Tom Hanks. Thank you. It was Bill Murray.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Tom Hanks is like happily married.
Yes, it was Bill Murray. Thank you for correcting me.
It's okay. I'm trying to find who the person was. They obviously have it. Khalees, Kelis, 43-year-old singer Khalees is reportedly dating 72-year-old SNL alum Bill Murray.
Yeah, just let them be happy. If they're happy with each other, who cares? Age is just a number.
The age of Khalees is 43. Bill Murray 72.
Just let them be.
Age is just a number.
Correct.
Sometimes you need a little help, and sometimes you don't. All right, my turn. I got two sales. Selling hangovers.
Yeah.
On top of a beautiful wedding, there was also an awesome party after that. I woke up with the worst headache I think I've had in quite some time. Not saying that I regret it, but it was totally tough to get up the day after the wedding, just in my humble opinion. A little Advil and a nice long long shower, like kind of made it better, and lots of water and food.
Yeah, you know, we can't drink like we used to. I was actually just having this conversation with April, talking about like drinking and like going out and like going to bars, because that was something she said she never really had like an interest in doing. And I was like, well, we kind of did it because like we're all together with our friends
Yeah.
and we just had like nothing else better to do than to like get drunk and go out on like Thursday night. But however, as you get older, the hangovers get worse. That is a fact. That's a damn fact. It's to the point where like when we were young, we would just keep like drinking, like we wouldn't care. Now after like 2 beers, I'm like, all right, do I really want to do this to myself? Are we really gonna go through with this headache? I got a busy day tomorrow. Oh, I can't do this. We're just more mature now, but the hangovers just get worse.
Yeah. Lots of great beer to drink. So I know I'm just pointing it out. Hangovers are the worst, but
and as the quote says, in heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here.
We played that song at the after party.
It's a great song.
Because there's somebody that is Jenna's grandma that knows polka, so they needed a polka song.
Polka slaps. Slaps.
What was funny was the song Pennsylvania Polka came on too. Here's the thing. I had a horrible hangover. I remember everything
That's impressive.
The day before. Like, I don't remember the conversations that much, but I remember like the things that occurred, the people that I got talking to, the people I was introduced to, all that jazz. So Pennsylvania Polka was playing. And of course, there is a slight connection for me in Pennsylvania Polka because the two lines are, it started in Scranton. It's now number one, the Pennsylvania Polka. So I was yelling those things like once or twice. And one of Jenna's relatives are like, do you know any other words? I'm like, no. She's like, Jenna's like, it's something along the lines of like, he just sings it because it's somewhat connected to him. But
polka's awesome. Love a good polka band.
Polka's great. I as I've said at the reception last night that I actually danced with my great grandma to that song by Dr. Demento. So it just that's why I know it so well because of the legacy of my great grandma. So it was but I'm also selling influencers.
Interesting.
Instagram influencers. Matt, I found not every influencer owns a private jet.
No.
So I was watching a TikTok, and has he come up on your For You page? He like copies DNA, like he'll go swab like locations. Okay, so there's this account that people will say like, oh, like come try to clone me, and basically taking a sample of the DNA. So the lady that said it licked the handlebar of the door to the cockpit of the private jet that apparently she was in. What I didn't know was that somewhere in LA, influencers can pay $64 an hour to get access to a private jet set.
So they're frauds.
Stupid. They're frauds.
Yeah, they're fraudulent. That's that sounds like a typical influencer.
Which, like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe we could do a podcast in a private jet set. And just
on that note, can you save that information because we might need to use that soon. Cut this out so they don't hear any of this.
Cut it out.
Okay. Okay. And start.
Editor, make sure you cut this out.
Can you believe people just pay for private jets? And it couldn't be us.
Not even a private jet. Just like it is in a building, Matt. Like there's no jet that they walk in. Like it is built to look like a private jet, and they walk in. It has the lighting and it has everything. Like,
could you imagine just having that big of an ego that you need to pay that much money to fake you owning a private jet?
Yeah,
like that's sad. That's honestly sad. I feel bad for them.
It's it was just funny. I'm like, really? People pay to do this? Like, can't they just live a normal life? But no, it's an influencer. I guess you do weird things as an influencer.
Yeah, I guess you have to.
Yeah. And then for my buy, I'm buying moving.
Oh, okay.
This will be the last recorded episode of the Funny Business Podcast. where I'm recording. See, I left you hanging.
Got him.
I will be moving, and I will be at the place for a little bit, but eventually Jenna will also be moving too, and it will be the first time in 3 years that we will actually be, and I say close in air quotes, because when we first started dating, we were only 2 minutes away from each other. But so yeah, I'm buying moving, but I'm definitely not buying packing and all that crap. So it's
oh man, it's not great, but very excited for you too.
Thank you.
Living together is absolutely awesome with your significant other.
This place as I'm looking around, like, and not there's much to look around, but just the idea that this was like a lot of stuff happened in these 3 years that I lived in this apartment. Like, we had the pandemic, we started our podcast here together. Like, this is where the ideas came about of starting the Funny Business podcast at this apartment. We've had lots of in-person podcasts. We had the point where we were on the famous futon. We then had the episode where we were doing dad responses. And I messed up and I said episode 50. And then the third time was a very casual, you would take the money and run instead of bailing me out of jail for the third episode.
Correct. Have you recorded an episode not in that apartment?
What's that?
Have you ever recorded an episode not in the apartment?
I think you are correct, Matt. I've recorded 165 episodes in this apartment.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I did not realize that. Thank you for thinking of that.
You are welcome.
And sorry, wow, words. I'm not emotional here. I get it. Just like a lot of growing, a lot of learning. It's a place. A place is a place, but it is close to Matt and I's alma mater. So at some point in my life, whether that's in 5 years or 50 years, if this building is still standing, because Matt and I know that we're not sure how well the structure of this building is.
Correct.
But I am very excited for the next chapter. I'm very excited to move in with Jenna. And I'm just excited to continue doing the podcast because we will be able to. And I hope, based on the distance of where I'm moving, that Matt and I can somehow get on the weird schedule that we could record in person every so often, but like a little bit more, I don't want to say occasionally, but have a frequency of it, but we'll see.
We did. Obviously, I knew this was happening, but I still don't know exactly how far we are from each other.
I think you're under an hour.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, you are under an hour. So
nice, cool.
That is good. But
sleepovers.
We'll have a guest room. Yep. There's a dishwasher.
You son of a bitch.
An island. Just it's going to be really cool. And all you coworkers. No, I'm kidding. All you coworkers are invited for the housewarming party. Man. But yeah. I'm happy for you guys. You guys deserve it. I mean, what, 3 years of like medium/long distance? Yeah, 3 years. It's not easy. Yeah. The first year, basically what started it was the pandemic. That's what started the medium distance. So, but trudged along and hey. So hopefully we like living together.
I think you will. I think so. After a decent amount of time whether you like someone or not, and living together is not going to drastically change that. I think there'll be some learning curves, but you'll be fine. Yeah. If you need any advice, I got you.
Well, and that's what I hope the next episode's going to be about, Matthew. So maybe we should do that.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'll make a list.
Oh, gosh. Well, that concludes another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Make sure you follow all of our social media at solo.to/funnybusiness. There you can find all those cool clips and all the merch that you can have access to. So, Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
Clean your living space.
Clean your room.
Clean your room. Clean your bathroom. Clean your kitchen. Clean your living room. Clean your work area. When's the last time you cleaned your work desk or office? It's been a long time. My desk gets very messy, very quick, and sometimes you just need to take a few minutes out of your day, a chunk out of your day, clean your office, clean your desk. It'll help you clear your mind, and then when you get back into work, it's gonna be go time. So just make sure you guys clean your spaces.
Clean your room. Clean your room.
Yep.
It's good stuff. Good advice, Matt.
Thank you.
Well, for the last time, officially, at this apartment. Until the next time, see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.